Action SA will be represented by Lerato Ngobeni. Lerato, over to you.
Thank you so much. I wanted to say to you, I believe in the NC. It's the year of the Ramokhopas. I see the Ramokhopas are making waves. I grew up with them. So when I see Ramokhopas, I say, yes, we are represented. My name is Lerato Ngobeni. I am very honored to be here this morning. This is holy ground. I think for most of us, families, my mother-in-law is literally up the road. When we live here, we'll go see her, my father-in-law, my grandmother, my uncle. This is holy ground for most of us who live in this region. And so it's really, really an honor to be here. I wrote a speech this morning, and I promise you, I timed it. It's going to be in record time. I wrote it because of the person we are here to honor. I wrote it because we come from a creed of people who were prepared for battle. They didn't just come and ad-lib. You know, these days we are in the generation of ad-libbing and winging it. And I decided that to honor Uncle Kathy, I was going to write a speech that I have took the time to consider that speech. Let me disclaim by saying, I usually like to eyeball and see your eyeballs. But those of us who have entered politics, I've had lots of Hokunupiwa is like there is witchcraft, you know. We suffer health issues. Somebody attacked my eye last week. I couldn't see, and so I've been warned to keep out the elements, and that's why I'm wearing the shades that I'm wearing. So don't believe that I'm not honoring you in this way. In the name of our foremothers and forefathers, our merciful and benevolent God, the leadership of the Ahmed Kathrada Foundation, distinguished guests here present, leaders of political parties, fellow South Africans, Mashaka, Bakhaitsu, Dumelang, good morning. I'm honored to be standing here instead of Ndate Hemen Mashaba, who is the founder and president of our political movement, shaking things up. Actually, they say, those who sing that song know precisely what we mean. I'm Lerato Ngobeni. I'm Action SA National Spokesperson. I'm also a Senate member of our organization. As I reflected on what I would say in my remarks to honor Uncle Kathy this morning, I remembered how fortunate some of us are to have met him. And I met him at the time of the launch of the book, Conversations with a Gentle Soul. And it was a month, I think, before he passed on in 2017. And I honor the book that he signed for me and the picture that I took with him. And so for that, I'm truly grateful. As we gather here today to honor his memory as a towering figure in the struggle for justice and equality, we should reflect on one of the fundamental pillars of democracy, one we have done well so far, that of having free and fair elections. We all know that the stakes have never been higher than what they are this year. I am sure that the man we are here to honor this morning is gently smiling as he watches some of us giving his political home a run for its money in these elections. But I'm sure he would assert that this is a good thing, that competition is a good thing. It forces humankind to innovate, to work harder, to think for better ways, to organize our societies and to treat people better. Uncle Kathy dedicated his life to pursuing a South Africa where all citizens could enjoy the rights and freedoms enshrined in our Constitution. He understood that the cornerstone of any democracy lies in our ability of its citizens to freely choose their leaders through fair and transparent elections. As we approach another election year, we must reaffirm our commitment to safeguarding the integrity of our electoral process. Free and fair elections are not merely a ritual, they are the lifeblood of our democracy. and the mechanism through which the people's voices are heard and their will is expressed. But safeguarding the execution of free and fair elections requires more than just casting ballots. It requires vigilance, transparency, and a commitment to upholding the principles of democracy at every turn. It requires us to confront the forces of corruption, intimidation, and disenfranchisement that seek to undermine the very foundation of our democracy. Uncle Kathy understood the truth, understood this truth all too well. He fought tirelessly against the injustices of apartheid, knowing that the right to vote was not just a privilege, but a sacred duty. He understood that true democracy cannot exist where some are denied their fundamental rights, and he dedicated his life to pursuing that for all of us, so that all of us could participate fully in the democratic process. Let us honor his legacy by rededicating ourselves to the principles of democracy and, most importantly, to the achievement of justice. Let us commit to ensuring that every eligible citizen can exercise their right to vote freely and without fear. Let us reject the politics of division and hatred and instead embrace the values of tolerance, inclusivity, and respect for human dignity. In his own words, Uncle Kathy reminded us that the true character of a society is revealed in how it treats its most vulnerable members. Let us strive to build a South Africa where every voice is heard, every vote counts, and every citizen is treated with the dignity and respect that they deserve. Today, as we reflect on his life and legacy, let us recommit ourselves to building a more just society. Let us draw strength from his example as we confront the challenges of our time, knowing that his exemplary courage, compassion, and integrity remain relevant guiding principles today as they were during the darkest days of apartheid. Let us honor Uncle Kathy's memory with words and action. Let us strive to build a world where every person is treated with dignity and respect, regardless of race, religion, or background. And let us never forget the sacrifices his generation made, which paved the way for our generation to ensure that those who come after us appreciate that democracy is more than just elections, and that true democracy extends far beyond the ballot box. Finally, in the immortal words of American poet and author Audre Lorde, "My silence did not protect me, and your silence will not protect you." Let us honor Ahmed Kathrada's legacy by ensuring that our voices are heard loud and clear in the fight for justice and equality. Long live the spirit of Uncle Kathy. Long live.
Long live.